Okay guys, we are going to do a hip Pilates rehab video today. So this would be for like if you have an arthritic hip, or if you're kind of along your path of healing with a total hip replacement, if your healthcare team says green light, go. So as always, I'm going to start with fascia just to like prep the body. So I always like to start at the head. This is where every fascia line starts. And so it's good to work on it. You're feeling for like those gritty places that the tool doesn't move over. So you're gonna go kind of crosswise across the head first, all the way to the back of the skull. And then you kind of color in the line of like a mohawk, all the way back to the skull. Okay, so then once you've done that, you can lay on your back. We're gonna do chest, just to open up the canister. So scrape your tool on your chest a little bit. Then we're gonna go down to your abs. Same thing, follow kind of the line of your ribs, and I just go all the way across the body. I do like to do it over clothes, guys, because it does slide easier. If you're not going to do it over clothes, you can do it on the skin. You could add some lotion or oil. Doesn't really matter. Okay, this will help you breathe. This will help you activate your core better. And yes, you do want to breathe while you're doing this, because it's also resetting your nervous system, which is exactly what we need. We need a balanced nervous system. Okay, then we're gonna do your glutes. So you're gonna put one foot on the other knee. If you can. If you can't do that because your hip hurts, you could just tip to the side like that. It doesn't matter. You could even do it sitting or standing. But you're gonna scrape your glutes. So I kind of go up and down first, and then I go to the side towards the tailbone. And then while you're like that, come all the way up. If you have a hip replacement, remember you don't want to cross your knee across the midline, so you got to keep it away from the midline of your body to keep the replacement safe. And also remember, guys, scars get really sticky when they heal. So if your healthcare team says you can scrape it, remember to work on your scar. I'm gonna do a little bit on the front of the leg too. Like that. And then let's actually do a little bit on the hamstring as well. Again, you can do this in any position. You could do it standing, sitting. Okay, and then I know I'm taking the time doing this, guys, but it really does help. You're also gonna do your adductor, so your inner thigh. This is spicy for a lot of people with hip stuff going on, so be gentle. Okay, and then we're gonna redo all that on the other leg. So like that. So we'll do glutes first. So up and down, and then scrape across towards the tailbone. And then while I'm here, I'm just gonna come up into the hamstring. So you scrape crosswise first, then up and down. Then you can put your foot down. We'll do the IT band along the edge, so crosswise first. This one's also spicy if you have a hip thing going on, and then go up and down. And then last thing we'll do is the adductors. Crisscross, and then up and down. Spicy for Allie. Okay. And then guys, I'm just gonna quickly do the bottom of her feet too, because your fascia lines end in your feet. And so let's just give the feet a little bit of love. Okay, now we're prepped, ready to rock. Okay, so we're going to warm up our canister first before we even think about the hip, because this has to be in control in order for the hip to work properly. So we're gonna find transverse abdominis, which is your deepest abdominal muscle. Most people get it by, like if they think about going pee and stopping midstream. For the guys, if you think about walking into cold water, pull the family jewels up. That's how you get your core muscles on. So I'm gonna get Allie to try that. And that's pretty good. So I'm just on the hip bone, I'm coming an inch in and an inch down. I'm touching really lightly, and it feels like her skin gets tight. That's how you know you have it. I also know Allie really well, and so I'm gonna throw out some other cues that might work for you too. So if you widen the back of your skull, and when Allie does that, it does help her core. You also might try to lengthen a little bit through your side body. Sometimes that really helps for people. So you just wanna feel under your fingers that your skin gets tight. Okay, so now that we have that, we're also gonna make sure she's in a neutral pelvis. So most people have to drop their pubic bones down towards the ground. Yep, other way, like that. And then relax your low back. So that's kind of how you get into a neutral pelvis. So you shouldn't have any pain. Okay, so you're gonna keep transverse abdominis turned on, whatever your cue was. Widen the back of your skull, and then we're just going to let one knee fall out to the side at a time. And come back up. So we don't want the pelvis to tip. Okay, so your pelvis should stay, the pelvis is these two bones that stick out. So go again, let your knee fall out and stop right there. So once you feel the pelvis tip, that's as far as your leg goes, and then come back up and then do this one. And so the point is you want your core muscle, your transverse abdominis on the whole time. And then we'll do one leg, and then the other. And you want to move pretty slow because we're trying to train the body, the right muscle pattern so that you get your hip out of pain. Good, let's do 3 more each leg. And you want to take nice deep breaths. Don't hold your breath. Everyone concentrates and starts to hold their breath. Keep transverse abdominis on. I've lost count. Maybe one more on each leg. Okay, good job. Perfect. Okay, so now what you're gonna do, let's make it a little bit harder. So, and these kind of look lame, you guys, but they're so good. They're so healthy. So now you're gonna slide one foot down the bed. Keep that core muscle on. And then come back up. Good. Okay, guys, let's just talk about something quick for a second. So when you slide your foot, I want you to almost think about your femur is like heavy into the socket, and you still want your glute on. So she's gonna slide, but I want the power to come from her glute still. And then when she comes up, bring it up with your glute. So you want this bone to be heavy in the socket. Okay, do like 3 more on this side. So I'm just feeling her glute. I'm feeling to make sure transverse abdominis stays on. Her hands can be touching the floor to rev up her arms a little bit. So like press into the ground with your hands. Yep, good job, do 1 more. Perfect, so her pelvis isn't tipping. I can feel her glutes are on. Okay, let's do some on the other leg. Good, let's do 3 more. Okay. Now I'm going to teach you guys something that's really important. So when you pick your leg up like this into a tabletop position, or anytime you pick your leg up, let's say this is your femur bone, your leg bone, and this is your hip socket. So you have your hip flexor here, you have your glutes on this side. When you pick your leg up, a lot of people with hip pain will pick their leg up with their hip flexor, and it actually makes it worse. It makes your pain worse. I want you to think about activate your glutes to almost pull the femur down into the socket so it pops the leg up. And if you learn that pattern, it's crazy how much it will help with your pain. So Allie's going to think about her femur sinking down into the socket. She's going to activate her glute and she's going to pick her leg up from here. Perfect. And then put it back down. Okay, keep going. So this is a really important pattern to learn. And if you're doing this by yourself, I would actually feel your glute with your hand and make sure that that's what's picking your leg up. If you have pinching or pain, either skip this one or just reset and try again. And you could also, Allie, keep going. You can also if it hurts, think about widening the back of your skull, lengthen through your side body so your body's nice and long. You could even think about your hip bones or your sit bones getting wide. So if they had flashlights on them and the flashlights were hitting the wall, you want to widen your sit bones as you pick your foot up. Yeah, that's even better. Okay, and then let's try on this side. Perfect. That's great. So you should feel like your glute grabs and then your leg pops up. That's perfect. Let's do 3 more of those. Okay, 1 more. Good. So now that we've kind of reset our patterns, let's actually strengthen the muscles around the hip. Most important, the glutes. So we're gonna get a band. Let's put it around our legs. Like that. All right. So you're gonna gently push out against the band. Important thing with the feet, you guys, if you had a triangle on the bottom of your foot and the triangle was big toe, the beginning of your big toe, little toe, and center of your heel, let's make those 3 points equal. Okay, you're gonna make sure your pubic bones are down towards the ground. Yeah, you're gonna relax your low back. You're gonna fire up your core, so however you did transverse abdominis. Now, we're gonna use that same cue of get your glutes on. So you wanna let your femurs sink heavy into the socket. You're gonna activate your glutes. Don't lose the tension on the band. So it's not a huge movement, but you wanna push out against the band. Then you're gonna go into a bridge. So you're gonna lift your pelvis up towards the ceiling. Now, as you come down, don't lose your glutes. So keep your glute activation on as you drop back down, and then pubic bones down to the ground. Yeah, and then squeeze your glutes, come back up, don't lose the band. Perfect, and then come back up, or down, sorry. Make sure you're breathing, so take a deep breath in, come up. Yeah, and then exhale on the down, or vice versa, it doesn't matter, just make sure you're breathing. Okay, keep going, and exactly, you want your hands pressing into the ground because they actually fire up the chain too and help you lift. Perfect. Okay, let's do 4 more of those. Two. Good job. 3, and 1 more. 4. Okay, great. Okay, take that band off. Now I want you to try this one, you guys. Put the ball under one foot You're still gonna put weight into that ball, but your more weight is obviously gonna be on the foot on the ground. So we're gonna do the same thing, but now we're a little bit more one-sided. One thing to watch for, you don't want your pelvis tipping. So you want your pelvis to stay level. Fire up your transverse abdominis. Keep your arms engaged with the ground. Yeah, you're gonna activate your glutes and now pop up again. Little bit trickier, you guys. Watch the pelvis, yeah, and then back down. Good job. So let's do 7 of those. 3. Make sure you're breathing. Don't lose your core connection and don't lose your glutes, you guys. So there shouldn't be any pinching in your hip with this one. And you should feel it in your glute. That's where you should feel it working. Oh, I lost count again. You counting? Okay, one more, you guys. Okay, excellent. Now switch the ball to the other foot. Okay, let's go again. One leg's gonna be harder than the other. That's pretty normal. Nice. So we're still in a closed kinetic chain, which means all of our limbs are still touching something, which makes the exercise safe. This one's hard. Good job. Keep going. Pelvis stays level. Take a breath in, and then on the way down, breathe out. Good. One more. Excellent. Okay. Okay, this is also a good one, you guys. If you put a foam roll under your feet, this one gets a little bit hard, but again, it's all your limbs are touching something, so it's safe. So what you're gonna do, you're gonna fire up your core, hands are into the mat, yep. You're gonna use your glutes, you're gonna come up into your bridge. Now you're gonna stay up there and you're just gonna curl that foam roll towards you a little bit and then push away. Okay, so you try not to go down at all. Yeah, keep your bridge up and then just do little curls in and out. Let's see, try to do 4 curls in and out, you guys. This is hard, but this is a hamstring. Okay, whoa, we got a cramp. We got cramps, guys. This is real life right here. Okay, if you get a cramp, it's okay. Go back down. We're gonna retry. Guys, and maybe you can't do it and it's okay. Okay, go just, yeah, push it out more and then come back in. Yeah, like that. Okay, let's do 4 of those. Keep breathing. So much glute. Yeah, do one more. Okay, go back down. Can we do one more round? Okay, here we go. Okay, transverse abdominis on. Get your core fired up. Lengthen through your side bodies. Widen the back of your skull. Okay, you know your sit bones. Widen your sit bones first, energetically. Yeah. Okay, now keep those cues. Come up. Don't let your sit bones squeeze. Keep them wide. Curl in. Yeah, there you go. Okay, do 4 of those. 2, keep breathing. 3, one more. 4, okay, go back down. Oh, that one's hard, you guys. It was so good. Okay. Yeah. Okay, guys, this is the fan favorite. This is called hip circles. So you're gonna take your TheraBand. You're going to hook the band around the foot. You're gonna hold the band. You're gonna straighten your knee. Okay, so everyone thinks this is let all your muscles go and just circle your hips. No, we're not gonna do that. We're gonna keep the core on. So actually, before we do that, we're gonna put your foot down. So you're gonna you are gonna move your hands in a second, but transverse abdominis on, lengthen through your side bodies, widen the back of your skull. Okay, now you can come back. Hold the end of the TheraBand. So straighten your knee if you can. If you have to bend it a bit, it's totally fine. You're gonna use the band to actually plug your hip into the socket. So your femur is heavy into the socket. You're still gonna have your glutes activated a little bit. So it's not just like a free-for-all. You gotta keep your glutes on, and then you're gonna use the band to help circle your hip. This is amazing for an arthritic hip because as you stir the bone in the socket, you're actually giving the head of the femur health. So you're pushing blood, you're pushing nutrients into the bone. You're actually even smoothing off the cartilage. And so this feels really good. The band is connecting your limb to the earth still because of the hands holding it. So it's still safe. Okay, and then go the other direction. Yep. Everybody likes this one. And it is a glute workout still because your glutes have to control the head of your femur in the socket. That looks awesome. Do one more circle and then we'll switch legs. Okay, so preparatory cue, you guys. So we're gonna transverse abdominis on, lengthen the side bodies, widen the back of the skull. Then you put your TheraBand on. Glutes are on, heavy femur. This band is plugging you. You can almost like use the band to plug you, but also energetically, you wanna lengthen through your legs. So you're kind of going two directions with your energy, and then you're gonna circle the hip. Yeah, that looks good. And her pelvis isn't flying all over the place, so I know she's got good transverse abdominis control. So we'll do one more circle that direction, and then we're gonna switch sides, go the other way, or switch directions, I mean, yeah. One more. Perfect, okay. Okay guys, so now we're gonna take your loop again. We're gonna stand up. We're gonna put the loop around your thigh. Maybe go on that side, yeah. Okay, so yep, loop around thigh, you're gonna stand up. Okay, so this one, you are going to use your glutes. So let's cue it all up. So you're gonna widen the back of your skull. You're gonna lengthen through your side body. So it's almost like someone's coming up and like just lifting you a little bit. You wanna make sure your pubic bone and your sternum are stacked. So put your hands on your sternum and your pubic bone. Your one hand shouldn't be way in front or behind the other. So those should be stacked up. Perfect. And then I want you to think about these flashlights on your sit bones now. Those beams are on the floor and you wanna widen the beams. So your sit bones are gonna be wide. And I want you to just, against the band, step sideways. Yeah, and then you could even just step right in. Yeah, and then we're gonna go the other way. So we're gonna keep those space cues, but we're using our glutes to step sideways. So we'll just do a few of these to get it, yep. Okay, and now what I want you to do is you're gonna step and just do mini squat, come back up. Yeah, exactly like that, and then the other way. Perfect, so you wanna make sure you're staying stacked, nice, and you're hinging at the hip. Keep those sit bones really wide, you guys, because that's how you get your glutes on even more, is the wide sit bones. Yeah, exactly. Let's do 2 more on each side. Nice. Good. Yeah, one more. Okay, perfect. Okay guys, the last thing I wanna do is use step ups as an exercise, but also like this is how you're supposed to step in real life, whether you're hiking up a hill, walking upstairs, doesn't matter. So what you're gonna do is you're going to, same thing, you gotta get everything like prepared. So widen the back of your skull, lengthen through your side bodies, sit bones are gonna be wide. Yeah, you're gonna stack your pubic bone and sternum. You're gonna put this foot up here. Okay, so what you need to remember is transverse abdominis is on, sit bones are wide. You are gonna step up onto the box, but I need you to step up with your glute, you guys, and then step back down. So the glute that's the foot up, you wanna fire that up, plug this femur into the socket, yeah, and step up with that plugged in, yes. So this is not a quad exercise, you guys. This is a glute exercise. Nice. Okay, so we're gonna keep going. If you're by yourself, put your hand on your glute. And I want like back here, and you feel that turn on to make sure you have the right muscle. Yes. Keep your sit bones wide. This is coming up into the socket as you fire up your glute, yet to step. Perfect. Okay, keep going. Let's do 2 more on this side. One more. Good job. Okay, come back down, switch feet. Okay, so let's do this side. We'll do 5 on this side. Same thing, so keep your side bodies long, sit bones wide. Yeah, and you're gonna connect your femur into the socket and then step up with your glute. Doesn't help when I'm pushing that alley around. Yeah. Good, a couple more. Okay, now what you guys can do is turn and, so step up, turn and face me. This is where it gets hard, because now your glutes are still gonna be on, but you're gonna be lengthening them as you step down. So this foot's gonna step down, but you need so much control of this other glute. So you wanna plug this femur in, widen your sit bones, slowly lower down, yeah, and then step back up. You can hold on to a railing or whatever you need for balance, because I need you guys to be safe. Yeah, and up with your glute. So everything is glute, you guys. Nothing should be quad. Nice. Let's do 2 more. Perfect, and then we're gonna switch legs. So widen so you're gonna step down with your other leg now. Yeah, exactly. So stack your pubic bones, widen your collarbones, lengthen through your side body, plug that femur in as you step down, and then if you go back up, glute brings you back up. Yeah, glute lowers you back down. So everything's coming from here, you guys. Good job. Great. Same thing, you can feel your glute with your hand. Yeah, make sure that's what's active when you're doing this exercise. Perfect, so going down is harder than going up. That's awesome. So what I would recommend, you guys, it's hard when you're not in front of me. If you can only do 3 or 4 reps, let's celebrate that, that's great. As you go along in your healing, as you get permission from your healthcare team, like let's go for 10 or 12 reps of each exercise. You can just pause the video, do your reps, and then, you know, maybe end goal would be 3 sets of everything. So that's kind of what we're going for, but stay in your range of what you can do. It shouldn't hurt. You shouldn't be sore for hours and hours after. Just like go slow and steady.